we have gone through numeric data and alphanumeric data and how they become constant and how they become variable. So to clarify this a little bit more, we will go through some exercise and get some kind of understanding. Okay, let's take a set of data. Now we have various different types of data. Okay, we will go one by one and see what they really are. Now first, in the first example, we'll take 56. Now 56 is a numeric constant. Why? Because this is a number and it can be added, subtracted, multiplied, any arithmetic operation can be done, but it is not a variable because 56 can't be different now. Always, even after 2000 years, if you look at 56, 56 will be still 56. So that's why it's a constant and not a variable. Okay, so this is a numeric constant. Let's look at Ahmad. Now this is again I put within double quotes. So when you put something in double quotes, it's a alphanumeric constant. Again, why constant? Because the name Ahmad, even after 2000 years, if you look at this spelling, it will be still Ahmad. It won't change. So it's a constant. And alphanumeric because it's within double quotes. Okay. Okay. Next example, name. Let's look at the word name. This name is not a number, right? It's not a number. It's not 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 10 or 100 or anything like that. And it is not within quotes. So it is not an alphanumeric constant either. So this is actually a variable name. Okay, the name itself is a variable's name. Okay, and this variable name can be a numeric variable or an alphanumeric variable depending on what you put into that. So into this variable called name, if you put somebody's name, it will become an alphanumeric variable. If you put a number like 25 or 35 or 45, then it will become a numeric variable. So a name like this can be either a numeric variable or alphanumeric variable. At this point we don't know. Depending on what you put into that, it can be a numeric variable or an alphanumeric variable. Let's look at age. Age also is the same thing. It can be, it's just a name. Okay, it's not a constant. It's not an alphanumeric constant because double quotes are not there. It's not a number. So it's not a numeric constant. It's a variable name. What type of variable? Depends. If you put somebody's name into that, it will become name, or some alphanumeric information into that, it will become an alphanumeric variable. If you put a numeric data into that, like 25 or 35 or 45, it will become a numeric variable. Okay, this will become a numeric variable or alphanumeric variable based on what you put into this. Right. Next we take minus 23.5. This is a numeric constant. It's a number, just like 56. It's a number. That number won't change. So it's a numeric constant. This word name is a alphanumeric constant. Why? Because of the double quotes. If the double quotes are not there, like in this case, then it is a variable. The moment you put double quotes, it becomes an alphanumeric constant. So the most priority is to look for double quotes. If there is double quotes, then it can never be a variable. It's a constant. Okay, and since double quotes are there, it's an alphanumeric constant. Then we look at numeric. This word numeric. This word numeric is same as name or age because it's not a number, it's not an alphanumeric constant, it doesn't have double quotes. So it is a, again, numeric or alphanumeric variable based on what you put into that. If you put a number into that, it's a numeric variable. If you put a alphanumeric information into that, it's an alphanumeric variable. So don't get misled by the name of the variable. Okay, the name of the variable can be anything, but depending on what data you put in, it can become an alphanumeric variable or a numeric variable. That is the whole purpose why I put the same name like this. If you look at this one, this is a numeric constant because we have put double quotes into that. See, alphanumeric, sorry, not numeric, alphanumeric constant. It's not a number, no. So it cannot be arithmetically manipulated. So it's a alphanumeric constant. Let's look at the word alphanumeric. That is a numeric or alphanumeric variable. Again, like in the earlier examples of name, age, and numeric, alphanumeric also does not have double quotes and it's not a number. So it's a variable name. But what type of variable is will depend on whether you are putting a number into that or a alphanumeric into that. Okay. The next example, alphanumeric within quotes. See, as soon as you have something within quotes, it becomes a alphanumeric constant. Okay. Then we go to the 5, 6 again within quotes. Again, alphanumeric constant. Now look at these two examples. The one on top, which is 56, which is a numeric constant because it's considered as a number, whereas 56 in double quotes is not a number because of the double quotes. As soon as the double quotes comes, it's a alphanumeric constant. Okay, so this one and this one. Now look at this 5 age. If you have something like 5 age, this is not a number. A number can't have a, g following that. No, so this is not a number. This is not this is not numeric constant because of this word age, and it is not alphanumeric constant because double quotes are not there. So it has to be a variable. But the problem is this can't be a variable also because a variable cannot start with a number. If you go back and look at the naming rules for variable, it should not start with a number. Therefore, it is invalid. Okay. Let's look at this one. The same thing in double quotes. This one is not a problem. This is a alphanumeric constant. Why? Because of the double quotes. As soon as you have the double quotes, it's a constant, alphanumeric constant. Okay, right. Then we have this first name. Now this first name is invalid. Why? Because it has a space here. If the space is not there, then no problem. Then it will become a alphanumeric or numeric variable. But since there is a space here, this is invalid. You cannot use that. Then the first name within double quotes. This is a numeric constant. Sorry, alphanumeric constant. Anything in double quotes is a alphanumeric constant. No problem with that. Okay. Then I purposely use the word invalid again. Even though the word says invalid, it follows all the rules that is allowed for a variable name. This is not a number, no, so it's not a numeric constant. There is no double quotes, so it's not an alphanumeric constant, right? But it's a valid word starting with an alphabet. This is not 1, this is I, okay? It's starting with an alphabet and following text alphabet. So the computer does not look at the meanings of these words, okay? As long as the word follows the proper ruling convention, it's fine. So this will be considered as a numeric or alphanumeric variable based on whether you put a number into that or a alphanumeric into that. If you put a number into this, it becomes a numeric variable. If you put an alphanumeric into this, it becomes an alphanumeric variable. Again, if you put that same thing invalid within double quotes, it becomes an alphanumeric constant. So that, like I told you earlier, double quotes takes most precedence, highest priority. The moment the double quotes are there, it's always a alphanumeric constant. Okay, then we have this word valid. This again is a numeric or a alphanumeric constant because this is not a number. This is not an it's not a numeric constant. It's not a number. It's not an alphanumeric constant. Double quotes are not there, so it's a variable. So this variable again can be numeric or alphanumeric depending on whether it contains, whether you put a number into this or an alphanumeric into this. If you put a number into this, it's a numeric variable. If you put an alphanumeric into this, it's an alphanumeric variable. Now let's take at the look at the word valid in double quotes. It's a alphanumeric constant. The moment double quotes are there, it's alphanumeric. There is no problem. Again, to confuse you all, I put the word error. Okay. So what is this? Is this a number? No. Is it an alphanumeric constant? No, because there is no double quotes. So it's obviously a variable. And a variable rules, it follows, no issue. Starting with an alphabet and following with the alphabets. So this is a valid variable. It can be a numeric variable or an alphanumeric variable depending on whether you are putting a number into that or an alphanumeric into that. Same as valid. Okay. So this is not an issue. This is not an error. This is not a problem. Okay. Even though it says it follows the proper naming convention in labeling a name. I'm not asking you to name your variables like this. I'm just giving an example here. Okay. Right. Then let's look at the word the error in double quotes. This is an alphanumeric constant. See, double quotes are there, then it's always an alphanumeric constant. Okay, so if you look at this entire thing, you will notice everywhere something starts with double quotes and ends, whether it is text, numbers, or things like error or valid or invalid or anything like that. First name with space here, doesn't matter. As long as double quotes are there, it's a constant, alphanumeric constant. So all those are alphanumeric constants. If it is a number, straightforward numbers like this, those are numeric constants. All the rest, as long as it starts with an alphabet and rest follows with a number or an alphabet and no space is there, those are all either numeric or alphanumeric variable, and it will depend on what you put into that. When you put a number into that, it's a numeric variable. When you put an alphanumeric into that, it's a alphanumeric variable. So that brings us to the end of this session about the data. So if you have any questions or any doubts, please put them in the group. And also if you have any suggestions, criticisms, issues, please share it in the group. We will see them. Okay, thank you very much.